where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfield.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by BetOnline.AG. We're back and better than ever. A new web interface for the start of the basketball season and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your number one spot for all the basketball and football action this season. Head to the new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV 50 to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, baseball postseason, NHL, boxing, and UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. Welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. We're here with our host, former cornerback Eric Warfield and former tight end Jason Dunn. And tonight we're welcomed with probably one of the most outspoken former Chiefs players on Twitter in Shaun Smith. Shaun, former Gamecock, former Chiefs, and former Titan. And this week it's Chiefs and Titans week. So, Shaun, how you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing excellent, man. I can't complain at all.
You got to follow him, man. He says what he says, and he speaks his mind. You follow him on Twitter, Instagram. What else say? Follow him in his F-150. Get it?
Nah, man. I just try to be transparent with the fans and be, truthful, and especially after sometimes when you win, lose, and give them that locker room vibe. I try to give them information without too much information. You know what I mean? And so they get that that fan experience. They always want to know, especially after a big win or a loss, anything. You just want to know what it's like and what your thoughts is, because people value what we say more than the beat writers. If you pay attention, no disrespect to the beat writers, but they really pay attention to what we say and value what we say, because we've been in the locker room, lived it, and done it.
Exactly. So I can look at your comments and I can read them and I can understand them more, and I can respond appropriately. It's hard for me to respond to somebody that's, and I don't want to say that's never played the game, but doesn't understand the game, because the fans, I know they understand it. They've been watching it for so long to where they're so emotionally invested to where they think they understand the game a little bit more than what they do. And so when certain plays are called and it doesn't work, it's always like, why would we run that? Why would we throw that? Why wouldn't we do this? Why not do that?
Why did he run that? Come on. You already know, man.
These coaches are getting paid a shit ton of money to make these calls. I can't question what they call and why don't they make them call. Yeah. So I'm not gonna sit here and argue why we did this and it wasn't successful. It just wasn't successful because you got another professional on the other side. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like playing chess, though, bro. You playing chess.
That's exactly what you do, man. You're not going to be 100% correct at any game that you play. I don't care. Nobody plays a perfect game.
Exactly.
Like every game, there's series in the game that you can just look at and be like, man, this looks absolutely horrible, right? And it just turns out that way. But I'm kind of like y'all, man. I was telling the dude, man, I'm a little bit over it. I'm over like the fans who all of a sudden it's like, the bandwagon. Well, we ride with them when they good. Man, look. Y'all been 3 AFC championship games the last 3 years, right? 2 Super Bowls, won one of them. Should have won the one last year. But here we go. All of a sudden, I'm not going to look at the TV or this, he's got, look, man. Look, I said, look, if you could just imagine yourself, like if everybody just put themselves in everybody's shoes, like if your job, we went to your job and looked at your job, how would you look? How would you perform? Would you do everything right? I mean, would everything be right? Just the camera on you too. So, I just think, man, people, look, you can be critical of players, you can be critical of play, but be fair, too, while you're doing it. Be fair when you're making these assessments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and I'm critical. Sometimes you question, just like you be watching, like, man, why you going for 4 for 1? Why you steady going for it? When you're supposed to go for it, you don't go for it. You go for it the opposite times. You know what I mean? Because some coaches are really into them tendencies like that. They live by it, like tendencies, like live by it. Just like JD, you're an offensive player, so you know when y'all got a team that's a pass rushing team. We just gonna run screens and draws on them. We'll slow their ass down. Screens and draw their ass. They won't get to the quarterback, and then they start backpedaling. Then they're gonna hit them with the run game again. Start running the ball. Then now you got the defense all the side, so you don't know if the team want to blitz or cover or what. Now you got them on their toes, so you can do whatever. It's just a matter of what goes on that Sunday that works. That works.
Yeah,
that's right. Because anytime you find a team, like you said, and game planning goes into that the whole week. The whole week, that's what we're doing. Like you said, we're playing on tendencies. What do they like doing? What do they do well, right? Let's use that against them. Let's use our strength against, what they do and what they don't do well. And so, look, everybody's doing the game planning, all these teams, and against us, it's the same thing. If somebody's had success against the Chiefs, guess what? The defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator say, well, look, let's see what their team did well, right? Where would they have been able to look at their weakness and let's exploit it? And so they might do some of the same things because, like you said, it's a chess match. So why would I not take something from, maybe a team like I always go back to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they just made sure that the Chiefs weren't going to beat them deep. They just made sure, like, look, I don't care what you do.
The whole time in the minute they had too high. They didn't care. We're not going to get beat deep. I don't care. Y'all can please kill us all across the middle. All you want, dink and dunk. We're not getting beat deep.
Right.
And it worked.
It worked.
Well, I tell you what, they got a locomotive coming in this week.
Ooh, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
That joker right there is dynamic. You can see, man, the DBs, none of them jokers, second half, ain't not one of them wanted to touch him. They didn't want to hit that joker straight up.
Derrick Henry is a full offense to him by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
you had both of your receivers go down, and they ain't got nobody else ready to throw to, and they still end up pulling off the win.
Guess what? You can put 8 in the box on him.
Yeah.
That stiff arm is serious, okay? That stiff arm is a stiff arm.
But Shaun, if you don't catch the stiff arm, you might catch the full 250 pounds coming at you, though.
Oh, you catch the I was that hot boomer. That's all you gonna hear. Rumbling, because he gonna run you over, man. I mean, the dude, I remember, man, because I used to do the Nike opening, man. I remember coaching, and he was in it, man. I remember they had him out there. His coach brought him out there. And we were looking like, bro, this is a big ass dude, man. Big ass dude. They were like, he's going to Alabama. I was like, damn. It's true. I mean, he's the truth, though. I mean, still, this game right here is going to be a good game for the Chiefs because this is also the turning point, as you going into November, with the trade deadline coming up, you kind of see where your team at and see what's the missing pieces you need because you got to win when it get cold. We're a cold football type of team anyway when we get strong as the games come on. You know how Arrowhead is with that wind, that chill. We like, man, November, December is our type of games. Just in general, just being out there. That's just our type of weather of playing football. So I think that's going to be very huge for us. You know what I mean? Getting this win against the Titans. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to tell you the score will probably be 34-21.
I hope that's the case, but I tell you what, it's going to start in the trenches, though.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Whoever won that line of scrimmage, because if we can't control or win the line of scrimmage, and we let that locomotive get a head start, we in for hell of a night or hell of a day.
I need the rookie to show up too, though. Nick Bolton. That's gonna be a nice matchup right there. That's gonna be a nice. I like that rookie. I've been watching him since he was in high school. He went to high school with my brother here in Texas, here at Frisco. So been watching that kid and watching him play. He's
getting better throughout the season.
Yep. He's getting better. If you notice, he's getting better. He was making mistakes in the beginning of the season, some rookie mistakes, not knowing certain things. It's the NFL. It's different in college. So, you got to make that adjustment. You start seeing that with certain young guys, some of my young guys. That's why I feel like we could make this nice going out of the next 8 games, if we win at least 6 out of the 8, I feel like we good.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is completely different, man. You got to understand, like, you got to adjust to the speed. You got to adjust to the size. On top of that, you got to adjust to being some of those guys out there are role models of yours. So you starstruck at times too. So it's like, it's you eyes buck wide out there, because it's until you catch that first hit and realize you're in the moment. Because what I did was I used to go out there before every game, and me and E Hicks do this little headbutt, boom, just wake each other up. But when you feel like, you go out there, you get that first hit and the first initial contact, and realize what the speed and the size of this game.
I'm arrived.
And so I think Nick is at that point to where he's starting to pick it up. He's learning a lot more. He's seeing a lot more. And at that time, he might have been, a little starstruck with certain situations or players, but he's at that point now. He's making plays. What I saw last week against, especially with the Washington team, he was making some key plays for the defense.
Yeah. Well, but not only just adjusting to the speed of the game, also you got to think about digesting the playbook, right, and the system that you're running. And I know on defense, there's going to be some things that you do a lot more in the NFL that you don't do quite in college, right? A lot of combination coverage, and what you do is you disguise a lot of it. They do a great job of doing that. Offensively, you're just talking about just the number of plays, the motions, the things and I'll tell you what, when I was coaching, I could see on the sideline, all the coaches used to tell the kids and quarterbacks what to do. Look on the sideline. They throw the little sign. That's the whole little thing they do now.
Yeah.
A little sign and stuff up. But it ain't like that in the NFL. In the NFL, man, you got to know everything on the spot right now, and it's clicking. Yeah. So with him, man,
by 2 by 2, we gotta go make the check. Where this passing strip is going, if we to the boundary, what we got going? What you can't shit. Coach will hit you in the middle again. Hey man, go back to camp rules. Camp rules, nigga. We've been out of camp for 4 weeks. How we going back to camp rules? Nah, man. When they go in that mesh and bunch, man, crack coming. You supposed to know that. You supposed to know the toss is coming, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you see Hines Ward tickling down, he's coming back to crack you. It's just certain little stuff like that. When you watch film, you see it. It's going to help you come, get better. And that's the thing. That's the biggest problem with a lot of players. That's why you got to give them time to really develop by their 3rd year, because they got to learn how to become true professionals in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We see the number of guys that had the talent, but for whatever reason just didn't even grasp, the whole concept of what you need to do, and just getting things wrong. And you start doing that, man, as a player, you ain't gonna be around long. That's just how it is. And you don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
No NDs, yo. Alignment, assignment.
Yes. Technique. And not to mention, you got to get out of the old tendencies of like being in college also too. Like when you just being on your own, that's a whole different dynamic, just the whole lifestyle in itself, right? That's just that, being in the city and, that's a whole different thing. So I think he's doing a good job, man. I think he is. I just see his growth. I just feel like we haven't had no linebackers since DJ left, bro. Since DJ left, and I feel like Nick's the next thing to that to chase DJ records. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get him some help around. Like the Chiefs. The last decade, man, DJ, we ain't had no linebackers, bro. We've never been known for having good linebackers, just period. We always get mediocre guys. Nothing against.
Yeah, DJ's been that one guy.
You know what I mean? We never had a linebacker trio like other teams have, 2 dominant linebackers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and actually, Bolden actually leads rookies in tackles right now with 40.
Nice.
Yeah. He's good, man. He's a good pickup for us. No doubt about it.
Great. A question I want to ask you guys. This is something that, because we kind of talked about Twitter and fans blowing up over the last few days since Sunday at halftime, or right before halftime. Adam Teicher tweeted out that Tyrann Mathieu going ballistic on the sidelines. And just a lot of fans have been giving him a lot of hate for the way he acted in that. But I gotta say, coming out in the second half, there was like it lit a fire on our butts. 21-0 in the second half. I mean, it had to have done something, right? It must have lit a spark.
So I saw that, but the one thing that one of the ex-players kind of commented, and I kind of agreed with him. It was it was the game before, and it was Tyrann threw his hands up twice when Dan got beat. And so it's kind of like, you calling your teammate out when you're doing that and looking at him, and then you're getting frustrated. At times, you can't show that kind of selfishness during a game. You calling your teammate out, especially on, national TV. I get you, look, Shaun, I get it. Dan may not have played the ball right, may not have played the play right, whatever reason. You don't call your teammate out like that. And so I know the last game, he kind of got a little upset at how the way the defense has been playing. Defense has been playing like crap. You're part of defense. I've been a part of defenses like that. But
I'm with you with that to a certain extent, because you could ask Connor, anybody that played with me in the 2 years when I was with the Chiefs, yo, I'm gonna call you out, bro. I'm gonna hold you accountable, because guess what? I'm busting my ass up here taking on these double teams, and you back there over there twiddling your thumbs back there in your back pedal trying to look sweet with your towel hanging out. Yo, get the fuck back. GTF. You know it. Come on. So it's just simple things. And he throwing his hands up too sometimes. People ain't paying attention too. But also a couple times Tyrann throwing his hands up at Spags too. Why are you calling this? You know what personnel we have. Why are you calling this? Why?
Yeah. I'm all for it. If it's for Spags,
No. I agree with. I'm saying I agree and disagree, because we both are right about it. You know what I mean? In certain things, but you also know there's always one guy that's going to call somebody out on the defense. There's always one guy on the offense that's going to call out. Normally, it'd be the quarterback or the prima donna receiver. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to call hold. You got to have somebody that hold it out, because guess what? Somebody's still going to, we got to have a players meeting. You know the typical shit when you're losing or whether you win, and we ain't liking what the coaching staff doing. Oh, we coming this way.
It's good to have that captain of the defense to go out there to get shit started. Like, if I got to go out there and get everybody prompt to say, hey, we ain't doing this. We getting the ball pounded down our throats every drive right now. This is not our identity. This is not who we are. This is not what we get paid to do. I get that. I'm all for that. But when it comes to individualizing somebody or calling out somebody during a game, I'm not for that. If I got to pull you to the side and say, hey, look, man, if things are not working out, let us know as a unit. This is our secondary. We hold the rear end to this defense. Whatever happens at the end of this is on us. So we can discuss this amongst each other. If we need to get a different play call, there's a different play call.
And y'all normally check out our shit anyway. If y'all don't like that's the thing I can say about DBs. If y'all don't like what's being called, y'all gonna check out of it.
True. Exactly.
Y'all supposed to be confident in y'all combo. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes
Shaun, you 100% correct. And so, like, what I'm saying is, like, even with that being said, with those plays that were called, there is no way we should have Dan Sorensen covering somebody one-on-one in the secondary. He's a safety. He should be the one back there either making the big hit, coming downhill, or trying to make a play at knocking the ball down. He should be one-on-one with any receiver at a given time.
First of all, if I'm a quarterback and I see 49 covering, I don't care who he's covering in the slot, I'm checking in automatically.
That should be your go-to. It should be.
I'm checking automatically, because guess what? The minute he get in his drop, the receiver, boom, he gone, man. Every time I sit here and watch it, and I'm not no DB.
Right.
So if I can sit at home and dissect that easy.
He's not a cover guy, Shaun. So yeah,
I know
you're
that,
100% right.
So that's what I'm saying. So why do Spags keep putting him in that situation? And that's why Tyrann did what he did. That I'm vouching for that. Why he threw his hands up, because I'd rather have Tyrann in the slot. And guess what? Tyrann sometimes get his ass done up in the slot too, especially in the red zone. That's his weakest point in the red zone. They be killing his ass with crossings every time.
See, and I tell you what, maybe, and I look at it like this, right? The thing is, does he have the ability and really the green light to call guys out? He does, because of his play in the past has spoken on it. So he has that. So Pat gets on everybody on offense, right? Whether it's motivation, saying this, saying that. And it shows frustration. I know sometimes we look at it, but in the locker room, unless a guy actually calls, comes straight to you and says like, yo, man, what do you, that's one thing. But, showing their frustration, like, I think you see guys on the sideline like, oh, like, how's he wide open? Or a guy's dropping it. They like, oh, all the time. And look, and the guy knows too. If you get burnt, he knows he's burnt. You know what I'm saying? He knows it. So he's probably like, well, I would have threw my hands up too at me, because I'm getting burnt.
It's just like when a quarterback knows he threw that touchdown. Throw them hands up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got it. So look, we are professionals. But Tyrann is without a doubt the captain of defense. He's that guy. He's the one that everybody goes to. He's the one he's the general, making sure everybody's in the right place where they should be. So he's making sure, like, look, there's no reason if everybody's doing their job, and I always said this, it's where everybody's not doing their job. If everybody's not doing their job right, and you see one joker who's not with the program or he's the one getting burnt, hey, man, what's going on? Talk to you.
I'm gonna go deeper. We doing conditioning, E. And we on defense. We gotta run. And then we gonna keep running till everybody make that time. What's gonna happen?
Somebody gonna call it out. Come on now. Who's that?
Somebody gonna get knocked in the mouth. Something one of the two. So
right. So see, we don't get too much of that right now anymore.
Oh man, I just try to support my squad, man. That's all it is.
No, look, hey,
I understand the bigger picture. Well, not even the bigger picture, but I understand the casualties that happen during war, and it's gonna happen, And it just so happens that our defense is damn near dead last in everything, in every category. And when something happens, it happens. It's so far with the few games we've had, Dan just happens to be in the picture. So, and I just, I try to support the squad no matter what. Man.
You're a DB. You done got burnt before too. Shit.
Exactly.
I done got burnt.
I know the feeling.
I done missed a tackle before. I ain't great shit. I'm just saying. But that's why I said it's funny from the beginning. I said, okay, it's funny sitting back here now, like we're Stephen A. and all of them. But the difference is we actually played it, so we know a little bit more. So that gives us a little more freedom to, chime in and talk our shit when we want to sometimes. So we really
It's like you said, like your brother, right? Like I got brothers. My older brother get on me like, what you doing, man? Like, how come you didn't make this tackle? How come you didn't do this? And so I would respect it coming from him, or him saying that, as opposed to, like you said, somebody who's just using disparaging remarks, like a Stephen A. or somebody who's like, even like podcasters. Look, I get it, right? This device gives everybody a chance to voice their own opinions about certain things. And that's why I say we shouldn't get caught up in every little thing. We should take criticism and praise the same way, right? With a grain of salt. And if we're too far into like the praise of it, as opposed to the criticism, then it's going to be an imbalance. And that's what's part of the problem. And I think part of the fan base, that's what I was saying. We are real people too. We got emotions, we got things. We out here trying to do our job. Ain't like nobody's trying to win, lose or win. Ain't like nobody is trying to get replaced, doing their job. But the thing is, look, everybody's trying. We are barring injury and all these different things to make sure we get these things right. We want to win for ourselves, our family, and our fans. Period. That's it. If we didn't want to do that, we probably wouldn't be on the team. And the guy that won't be on the team, who didn't want to be good, that's the guy that needs to be called out. That's the guy that you got to let know, like, listen, this guy right here ain't with it. He ain't with the program. He ain't trying to get better. He's on his own, he's on his own little program. That guy right there, we got to get rid of.
So guess what? We get rid of him.
You got to get rid of him.
And you know how, there's always somebody on the team anyway, like, hey, man, we gotta get him up out of here, coach. Go up there on a Tuesday. You see who be snitching and who ain't, man. You get to find out. I'm telling y'all telling people a little too much, but it is what it is. I'm from that old school era though, but nah.
Hey, look, man, we're trying to win. We're trying to win now. This ain't participation trophies out here.
And that's the thing I get mad about right now. From defense, for us right now, we ain't bringing nobody in for no workouts. We ain't doing nothing. And I just feel like, man, this is what got Andy Reid out of Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Not being funny, and I'm not saying nothing, but
John, I made this comment a couple of weeks ago. Outside of Patrick Mahomes, since Patrick has been there, we haven't brought in anybody since him. Yeah. We already had Tyreek Hill. We already had Kelsey. I think we already had McCole. We already had Chris Jones. Was Tyrann Mathieu already there before Veach?
That was one of Veach's first free agents.
Okay. Outside of Tyrann, we haven't brought anybody else in that's just a standout player.
Nope. Because guess what, though?
Nobody. Draft or free agency.
I love Veach thinking. You know what he's thinking? He's thinking like a true businessman. It's cheap. I can give me some. I got the high big pieces I need. I fill in guys. I could just fill in here, cheap here. That's why we have money. That's why we signed Pat Holmes to the deal we signed him to. Because not only that, he's building a legacy off the field and brand, bringing Whataburger. He's bringing jobs and money to the community. So they look at
I get this. I get all this. But that ain't. So if you're trying to tell me that he's trying to do it the Belichick and what's my owner out there? Kraft way. I get that. Your centerpiece is Mahomes, which is Brady.
Yeah.
So everything else that you bring in the best potential you can, and you're gonna make it. You're gonna produce it. But we haven't brought in that potential yet and produced anything to where we have these. Whether it's a Pro Bowl defender outside of Chris Jones or Tyrann Mathieu, we don't have those guys. Belichick is bringing in guys every single year.
He's been doing that maybe the last 5 years. Before though, when they was doing all that, he wasn't.
Belichick still has guys on defense that are dogs.
Oh yeah,
I don't care how you look at it.
He always going to find it, but guess what? He has defense guys on dogs, but his offense be poo-putt. His offense be poo-putt. His offense don't
have to be worth anything. You got Tom Brady distributing that thing.
Exactly, and I get what you're saying. We got Mahomes, but we still need pieces. We need some more pieces. We besides Bolton just drafting him, we every time it's free agent, we don't never go after nobody. Never. Even when I was a free agent, I'll never forget. Well, Pioli was like, nah, him and Ty Head, nah, you're not gonna get that. All right, bye.
Yeah, well, Pioli there, that was really that New England way trying to do things. You know what I mean? And that's why it was so rocky like it was, because they was trying to bring a whole different culture into a place that was like, wait a minute, hold on. We don't really ride like that.
They're bringing a culture to a place that didn't need that culture. We already had it. Right. We already had a culture. I mean, I was in high school, so I was in high school in JUCO. I was watching the Chiefs. So people like, man, when you start liking the Chiefs, I was like, man, being in El Dorado County, at Butler County Community College, every Sunday you're gonna watch nothing but the Chiefs. That's what's on. You see the Cowboys because that's America's team, but you always gonna see the Chiefs. If you was in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, you always see Chiefs game, and even in Texas, because if the Cowboys are on, you catching the Chiefs game. You catching all the AFC, Denver, you catching all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching it, man. Like,
so we think the part of the problem is because so much money is just tied up on one side of the ball. Now, Jarran Reed, we thought Jarran was going to come in and do a lot more than what he's been doing, right? And I don't know. Maybe it's him still trying to. I don't know. But it's already week 6, so I mean, it's not like he's a new guy that's just coming to the league. He's been in. So
what year is this for him? Yeah, what, 8, something like that?
Yeah, so he ain't no spring chicken. So I'm wondering, is it money because it's tied up on offense so much? And like you said, look, we got to make sure that we are protecting the Brinks truck. We're protecting 15. We got to make sure we get pieces, and all we're gonna do is outscore everybody. If we get a defense that is serviceable, right, to keep this. if we keep teams under 28 points, right? This just say
you just said serviceable. That's what we that's but that's the mentality we looking at.
Is that what you think? Wow. So
when I sit back and look at the roster and go through it and look at it, like, come on.
Yeah.
We ain't, and nothing against Cleese. Need another big backup tight end. In the NFL, you gotta have 2 tight ends, 2 solid tight ends, man. Everybody go 8 personnel, 11 personnel. You need that.
Yes. Yeah.
We can't do that consistent. We still need a big target at wide receiver. What's the name? Has it, but he doesn't. You don't know if he's gonna give it. You don't know what you got. You know what I mean? Because when you take away Hill and 87,
come on. Yes. Yeah.
Well, you ain't gonna take away 87. That's to me, that's the most consistent piece of our entire team.
Yeah, but teams know that, right? And so teams are sitting there saying, look, we are not gonna let 10 and 87 beat us. We're not gonna let them beat us. If look, we'll let him have like the little 10-yard, 15 little routes. Let him get his 10 catches. With Kelsey, let him get his 10. Let him get his 10, right? Long as he's going to get in his zone.
He had 10 catches, 89 yards, 100 yards, with maybe 1 touchdown. But guess what? Sometimes some of his catches and stuff be coming at the end of the game in garbage time, bro. When we trying to come back and he gets open somehow, just being. I'm calling a spade because if you pay attention, they be bracketing him so much.
Oh, they got no choice though.
Oh yeah, have to.
You know what I mean? They bracketing him. It's so crazy though. They put 2 on him and 2 on Hill, and that's how 17 and everybody else be getting off. Right. That's the only reason they be getting off. That's the only reason.
Yeah. But that's like I said. That's what they was going to do. Like I said, when you seen that blueprint from Tampa, that's what they wanted to do. Get Kelsey at the line of scrimmage, right? Give him a little bit here, disrupt all the timing of it. If we could just get home, on Mahomes and create pressure, that's what we want to be able to do.
Once he ain't back there, get his ass off the spot. If you get him off the spot, that's all they want to do. Get him off the spot. But I mean, ideally, we know it though. We go back and forth about it. Our offense is what got us our Super Bowl. Just keep it in 100. We would probably had another Super Bowl if the boy didn't jump off sides in the AFC Championship game. That's in where is he at now?
D4, San Francisco.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. So you look at certain things, and you Frank Clark, and this is the thing. Everybody's mad at Frank Clark, but watch me tell you this: Frank Clark gonna finish the season with about 6 or 7 sacks, and everybody gonna say he had an okay year. That's the thing. It's gonna say, all right, if he finished with 7 sacks, you can't say he had a bad year, right? Or am I wrong?
Well,
I'm gonna say you're wrong.
I would look at it.
I don't think 6 or 7 sacks is good enough for what he's
not for what
we paying him.
Right. Let's just keep it.
But if when you look at Myles Garrett and everybody else, if you look at the sack leader in the league right now, besides Myles having that 4.5 in one game, and my man in Arizona, ain't nobody out there just getting a bunch of sacks this season.
No.
Hey, that white boy's he's getting 1 or 2 almost every game.
Max Crosby?
No, Watt.
Up here,
his little brother. And his little brother out there.
TJ.
Yeah.
But he's always blitzing, man. You got to think about this.
I don't care. That little dude getting a sack every game. Bosa might be up there too.
Okay. If you want to say that, though, it's all about how they use you as a schemer for defense. It's no difference from when Seattle used Jamal Adams a certain way. It's all about who you designate to use to make your defense go.
You played in my strength.
Right now, so, all right. So who makes our defense go right now for the Chiefs?
Technically, it's supposed to be Chris Jones.
No, don't say technically. Who makes our defense go right now?
It's supposed to be Chris Jones.
Tyrann Mathieu. He's the one to make our defense go.
And that's who I felt. He's supposed to make our defense go. Nobody up front, not Chris Jones, nobody. Because guess what? At the end of the day, Honey Badger sometimes line up at linebacker, safety.
Yes.
He's the one that when we need that big blitz or something, and he comes through, he's the guy.
The guy. Yeah.
So he's the same guy that was pointing out the finger. His game needs to step up too, though. I'm not giving nobody no. What you did last year? You know how it goes. Oh, that's last year. New team, new year. What you gonna do this year? That's the only way you keep your job. It's the only way you gonna get paid. They need more production out of him. But he's also frustrated. He's frustrated.
He's frustrated.
He's frustrated. It's kind of hard because I bet you he want Chris Jones back in the middle.
Oh my gosh. Well, shoot, and the thing is, look, especially his position, he needs that help. He needs that help around him. He needs guys to be, on their A game. Like I need that D line. At front seven,
we need that pressure on that quarterback.
Man, yeah, we got to create pressure. If not, what ends up happening, right, where his strength may not be covering guys, the best cover is safety. He knows that gets exposed all of a sudden because now the guys ain't getting home. The guys ain't creating the pressure. You create pressure on it, man. Then he becomes more dynamic. So that's why he's throwing his hands up like, yo, man, what's up? Like, how come everybody's not where they're supposed to be? And so it makes him seem like, he's not doing his job or he's not as good because everybody else, is not creating the pressure. And I'm not saying that he will criticize himself. Look, if you're a good player, I don't care who you are in the NFL. If you can't criticize your own play, right, and know what maybe your weakness, what you need to work on, then you just arrogant. There's really no hope for you. Because if you sit up there as a player and say, look, I'm just so good, I don't need no work, nothing like that. But I don't see him being like that. You know what I mean? I believe he's one of those that he's making sure the guys, like you said, are holding somebody accountable. He's want to go hold the guys accountable. And that's what his job is to do. You're the captain of the defense. You've been in the league long enough to know what guys should and should not be doing. And he knows that. So, yeah, it is that frustration. He's going to take a guy like, Bolton under his wing. He's, Thornhill, he's taking under the wing. The corners, he's taking them under their wing, right? You got some young guys back there, man, that secondary. So.
And that's another thing. We're a young team, so it's not like they know how to.
Yeah.
First thing, they never understood what's really be going on. That's another thing. We hit bumps in the road. It's still not the same team. Even though we went to the Super Bowl, it's still not the same team. And that's what people fail to realize. Guys are still trying to learn each other. I get that too. I'm just more criticized because I see what's going on. I just don't sometimes I don't like the play calling sometimes. There's just certain things. And it's just like, for instance, we need safety help. This guy's like DJ Swingager. He's a game cop. I'm not just saying because he's a game cop, but a guy that could bring that energy that's ready to help. He's an upgrade over Sorensen. You know what I mean? Now, Sorensen, you just go play special teams, let DJ get out there, bring that hard hammer hit, and we could do some things. Or, you know what I mean? Just that, or even a linebacker. You get a veteran guy like Craig Robertson come in. It's certain guys that's out there. I be looking because I work with a sports agency. I been seeing some guys out there that, hey, you sign them just for the presence, and now the way the world league is, you sign them to the practice squad if you want to. You know what I mean? They on the street. You sign them to the practice squad, and then get them in this. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out. With the way the rules is now, this is the best.
Hey, you ain't kidding.
You know what I mean? I just want to see. I want to see more activity. That's one thing I hate Scott Pioli, but one thing I can say, man, every Tuesday I don't give a fuck you winning or losing. Got at least 10 guys in there working out. Always got guys working out. Always.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you just never know. And then I like guys working out because I don't want guys getting comfortable. And I feel like too many guys are comfortable on the Chiefs roster right now. They are comfortable.
Boy, that's whoo.
They're comfortable. When I say comfortable, these guys are comfortable. I'm like, comfortable, bro. You may
I don't know. You said that. I thought the same way. I said, man, it seems like there's a lot of comfortable jokers out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see like that gnaw and scratching effort, to make a play. I don't see that.
I don't see that as they call it hustle play, but I really call it effort, whatever you want to call it. I see more of that, especially on special teams. Because guess what? If you a guy that ain't playing, in order to get snaps, you gotta, especially DBs, you gotta dominate on special teams till you even get what's name, because you already know. Come Thursday practice, if your name ain't number 1 on that depth chart for special teams, or number 2, you inactive this week. So and you wonder why you keep being inactive because you don't do nothing on special teams. You gotta be a game changer. Yeah. When guys realize that, bro, they'd be a lot better in the NFL, period, overall. Not just on the Chiefs, just overall in the NFL. Because I be being a sports agent and recruiting guys, I'm like, man, you don't play special teams? Nah, what? Do you not understand that's the difference in you dressing on Sunday sometimes? I didn't even know that. If you ain't the starter, bro, I don't mean you just
right. Yeah.
Now you over there spitting sunflower seeds and drinking Gatorade the whole game, bro. They get paid. But then when it's time, nitty-gritty, when teams want to see if you can play, they might go with a younger guy because you've been in the league so long, you still don't got enough film because you're always inactive.
And that's something you got to tell kids in college, though. It's like, if given the opportunity, you go in and you try to make that job at special teams and at anything they ask you to do. If I got to play practice squad because you don't have a spot on me for the defense or the offense, I'm practice squad. I'm going to take that check. I'm going to take this time to learn. I'm going to take this time to get better. If you want me on special teams, put me where you need me at. Where you need me at. Running down as a gunner, hold up man, where's busted? I'm your guy.
Okay.
That's when you got to leave your pride, what they said, check your ego at the door.
But they don't understand. I used to be on kickoff return. That player performance, baby. Just go out there, especially got that kicking through the end zone.
Son, that's a game check.
They don't get that, man. That's that all season when we going to Vegas. We going on vacations in March.
You're dealing with the wrong kids. You're dealing with some that think that they're gonna start and be a star overnight. Them the wrong kind. Marcus?
And going with like the whole being lack of activity from the front office, we are getting guys who are 5th round, 6th round guys who, like Mike Dana, for example. He was a 5th round guy, that was playing special teams, and all of a sudden he's our leading sack leader right now with 3 sacks on the squad. So I feel like Veach is like trying to find the hidden gems. And I mean, he has done a good job of that, but there are a lot of guys kind of like pulling their weight.
It's like when you find hidden gems, it's like going to the casino. I'm gonna play, instead of playing the high limits, I'm just gonna play the penny machine. You want risk but low risk. You're scared you want to gamble, but you don't want to gamble. You just saying you did it to say you did it. Like we ain't never been. You think about it. Kansas City ain't never been in a play really for big free agents. That's never been the model like that. Even when
I get it, but this past season was what was kind of difficult for the entire team, because what we showed in that Super Bowl was that we had no offensive line help. So that was our first priority going into that entire offseason. Offensive line help. We go get the big guy from Baltimore, we get guys through the draft, and we do need a young linebacker, so we get both. I understand we had to address all those issues first. It was unfortunate that we had the linemen go down as they did. And so it created. That's the only thing I
can say, because we was getting away with the line we had, man. We ain't Fisher, come on, man. That guy's been boo-boo since we got him, bro.
But he had good chemistry. He had chemistry with the guys that was there.
But you think about it. And JD, you can testify for this. Offensively, y'all scheming. So if the guy, even though y'all know a guy suck on your team, he can't really block. If we could just run the zone just a little bit, one time, you just do enough. You'll just pinch him. If you can just pinch the bitch a little bit, they can go the other way. So that's what they've been able to get right. And the chemistry started working well together with Red and that's what helped us. You play with guys, you start building that chemistry. We didn't have the best O-line. Mahomes was just athletic enough, and he was running for his life then. He was just an athlete. So it's not, we can say we did it line. Yeah, he's doing good. Don't get me wrong. But I still say we could have did something else. I mean,
but granted though, if you say that Fisher's not that good, imagine him getting hurt and you having to play a guy that's behind him, that's not better than him.
No, you're right. But some of the guys that we should have been playing when we had opportunity, we wasn't playing them. Once again, the GMs and coaches be thinking they can be slick. Oh, let's hire a guy and so we can slow down his development. When a guy's developing, you don't hire no guy. The object is to what? Win by any means necessary. You got to play your guy. Can't keep trying to hire guys, and it's too long. The time he's developing, it's too late. When you need him, because then guess what? If JD was to get hurt and the backup tight end ain't got no reps since training camp, and y'all don't never give him no chance, when he get out there the game, it's 50-50 because you're putting that pressure on him.
Oh,
he might go out there and have a good game, might not.
Right. Especially when
it's no difference from the tight end in Atlanta, Pitts, right now. He's just now coming along right now.
Right. Yeah. Before then, he wasn't making no noise at all.
He wasn't making no noise beginning of preseason, none of that. He made his first touchdown week 5?
Okay. That's bad. That's just so whatever they're doing out there is bad on them. You don't pick a guy in the first round that high and he start producing this late. That's instant. If I'm gonna pick a guy that high in the draft, first round, what was he, number 2 pick?
3, right? Number 3, right?
3?
I think
Well, you're top 5 either way. You are supposed to come in right away and be a playmaker. You don't show signs this late in the season. That's not what they pick you for that high in the draft.
But I see this is the thing when we go back to the draft. I still feel like you could be the number 1 pick in the draft and still undrafted guy.
Not all talent turns out to be what they pick, though, Sean. But that's all I'm saying. But when you pick, if you get the first pick, Sean, you're not gonna pick somebody that's gonna say, okay, we might get him down in the 5th or 6th, 10th game. No, if I get a guy within the first 5 picks, you are coming out starting.
You want to start, and you're supposed to come in and make an immediate impact.
Exactly. You don't make impacts down the road. You are immediate. That's not what I'm picking you for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're looking at a guy like Jamar Chase, right? Jamar Chase come out, he's balling. Yeah, I mean that's what you expected for him to come in and do what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, especially like at a high pick. But look, you said they went after offensive linemen, which they should, right? They need to protect Mahomes. My question I'm having is this. I think we had an issue and a problem with some of the D-line and the pass rush last year. And Dan being a 6th-round pick, I think he's got some hunger to him, right? I can see now with him, I see that hunger in him. I mean, you can tell he's making an effort to do some things out there on defense. And so we still need a stellar guy. We need another guy that we know is dynamic.
That's going to be consistent and everything. But then
we got to go for him. That's what I'm looking at.
1 or 2. Remember, what's 99 Saunders? Why doesn't he play a lot more? It just some of the stuff just be weird to me because guys show flashes of being good players now, so you don't see him like Saunders. I thought he's going to be a good fit. So that's why I was like, when we signed Jerry Reed, I was like, why? 99 was cool. We cool. We could have got a real true pass rusher to help Frank on the other side because that's the problem.
Hey, I can't defend everybody, man. I just know that the guys that are on the field of what we got is what we got. You know, and I know through the draft and through free agency, we had to upgrade the line. That's number 1 priority. Now, for whatever's on defense is what we got, that's what we got. And if they got to make it work for whatever players that we got and it's not working, we understand what the offseason needs to look like.
Yeah. I remember this African dude told me one time, he was telling me about his son. He's like, JD, man, like he's not hungry anymore. Like his stomach don't touch his back. His stomach don't touch his back. You're not hungry no more. I was like, wow, I ain't never heard it like that. Well, sometimes, man, when you get in and you get success, and like you said, sometimes you hire players, that may be what it is, right? And I'm kind of with you. And look, I've been watching D-line play. And I'm saying this, see. What? You shaking your head? I'm just saying.
I just don't think we hiding players. I just don't think.
No.
Granted, I love everybody on the squad, guys. Check me out. I like my players. I just don't think we have those impact players. That's just all it is. Outside of Chris Jones, we don't have those impact D linemen. We didn't. Reed has not turned out to be the defensive lineman we thought he was going to be. The experiment thing with Chris Jones hasn't worked. Throwing back in the middle. So whatever it is, our defensive guys are what they are. Just like my man Green, what's the coach at Arizona? They are what we thought they were.
That's great.
You know, our defense is what we have shown.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, but I still like other guys should be playing though.
Play them. See what happens. I'm cool with that.
That's what I'm getting at. We don't play them, so you ain't gonna never know what they can do. That's what I said. You hire the guy because there's some guys that I'm telling you that should be playing. Like, come on, come on. I'll never forget when Tennessee, the Titans did that. And to this day, I hate Jerry Gray, the defensive coordinator when I was there in Tennessee. They made me inactive one game because they wasn't happy with the way I was playing. So what that do? That piss you off and make you motivated. You gotta do that to somebody.
Right.
You gotta do that to somebody.
Right. Somebody's eating your bread off the table.
If I do that, Eve, I sat you down, made you inactive. Oh, they fucking my money upstairs. I fit come back. I fit kill somebody. That's just the nature of the game. Like I said, at the end of the day, yeah, I love my team. We got what we got, but guess what? They're too fucking comfortable, bro. Flat out. If I reach, I'm bringing guys in every Tuesday, baby. Every Tuesday on defense, I'm making sure I have a linebacker every week.
Well, we sure should have brought in Whitney today.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Exactly. Why?
Why? Because the motherfuckers upstairs don't want to spend the money, bro. I'm telling you. They're being tight with the budget right now. And don't be surprised if a trade go down before on the trade deadline, bro. Just tell me right now.
Look, he was looking for market price too. You know what I'm saying? He knew right now that it was prime time for him because a lot of teams wanted him. And he knew it like, look, shoot, hey, I'm going to play this thing like a fiddle right now. I'm going to get what I'm going to get. But I don't see – this is what I don't understand, though. Yeah, I do. You take it back. I understand the money. The money's good, right? But also, too,
but what I understand, we had $3 million. I think Green Bay has $5 million. So it ain't that.
3 to 5?
Guess what? You know, but Green Bay is supposed to be the team out the NFC to make that big dance. That's why Jalen Smith went there. That's why they got him.
Jalen Smith okay. I've been in Dallas way too long and watching that dude play. Didn't nobody really want Jalen?
No, I know that he tried. You see what I say on Twitter about him. But he went to Green Bay and still gonna make his money. Because what? Green Bay needed a linebacker. Guess what? Green Bay pick up Mercy. Green Bay, trust me, they smart. They know what they're doing. Because guess what? 12? Everybody said 12 don't got it. You see A-Rod got that spark back.
They got to get past AZ and they got to get past Tampa.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm going to tell you what. AZ going to nut up because Kyler Murray's going to try to do too much. And when he does too much, they're not that good.
Still got Tom Brady. You still got the Rams.
The Rams is a front runner to me, man. They do all that. They do all that. Then when the playoffs come, they nut up, bro. Come on, man.
Hey. All of what you want.
So what do you say? Do we go after a big name guy right now for a trade?
Who's the big name guy? Who's available?
They were talking about what's the name of down there at Jacksonville, Allen. You know, Josh Allen. If we get Josh Allen, look, I give up a pick for him. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would right now.
He's that type of guy. He's that type of guy. When this defense would absolutely make it that much better. I'm talking about not just a little bit better.
That even mad. Let's take it back. We could have brought Justin Houston back. We didn't even bring him back.
Could it? Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought we were going to do.
But was there some bad blood that happened between them? Something happened, right?
It couldn't have been because I saw on Instagram he posted a picture of the helmet because I sent it to Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he painted it on him. He bought that helmet himself, I think.
That's irrelevant, though. My point is that he was making a point.
I'm saying, look, I could give me a cup that has the Chiefs on it. I might still have some bad blood. I might just be, fronting out there. I might just be front. Are we good? We can shoot behind closed doors? Hey, man, these jokers they don't want to deal with me right. So he might have been bringing some buzz so everybody could be talking about him to bring him back. Look.
And look, either way, we didn't bring him back. We should have.
Right, I'm just saying, organizations, they don't care what the fans think. Like you said, Beach ain't gonna care about. They're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna do it in what they feel is necessary for the team. I think if you're gonna go after a big name guy, go ahead and go after him, right? Give up a pick for a guy like that.
Well, we need to make a move. What's our next one?
Yeah, I will say Whitney Merciless. I read a report that he turned down more money from another team to go to Green Bay. Our next topic. So during Monday night's ESPN's pregame, Alex Smith said he pointed to the Redskin game as a game that we're going to look back to at the end of the season as the game where the Chiefs turn it around, specifically the offense. Do you agree with that? What's your take?
I hope so. I mean, I saw a lot of good in the offense to where we didn't look for all the big chunk plays. We took what the defense gave us, and when the chunk play opened up, we took advantage of it. Pat still made some Pat plays, of which we know is going to happen. And the thing that surprised me the most was, just the bad mistakes that we made. Him trying to force stuff. And that's the thing that me and Shaun talked about earlier in the episode. But I think he's understanding that. I think he's able to not capitalize, but to understand and to make those corrections moving forward. So I like that. I like that analysis.
I think so too.
I understand too, though, what we about to go through too. we got to start winning because shoot, we're gonna lose our offensive coordinator this year. You're gonna get a head coach's job somewhere, whether it's college or the NFL. You know what I mean?
But I think EB is
You know what I
EB
mean?
is definitely in line for a job.
So this is gonna be the time we gotta really see where our team is. I wouldn't say the Washington game. It's gonna be this next by November 14th. These next 4 games to determine what type of team we are. We got to go 3-1 in these next 4 games in order to see if we're going to be able to really contend late in December and January in the playoffs. That's how I see the breaking point, because right now we're 3-3. We go 3-1, we be 6-4 going into this basically December looking kind of good. That's you doing that.
I'm gonna say win all of them. I don't even want to see a loss.
Yeah.
It's just hard though. I said that because you gotta think about it. It's hard in the AFC right now.
I'm all right with that. I'm saying win all of them, Sean.
Oh yeah. And I'm just saying it's hard. I feel like I'd rather us be the wild card team. I'm just saying that right now because when we're hot, we hot. And when we just step it in and we want, let's test the waters, we be flat. You look at all our games this season.
Oh, I know.
They've been flat. We come out too flat. We play in the second half. We're too flat.
Yeah.
I say the next 4 weeks we should win every single one of them. I think Green Bay may be the test come in, right? I mean, it's just going to be.
That's why I said 3-1. That's right. I got my 3-1 from, because the Green Bay game scares me, and especially the way our defense is, and we can't get no pressure on A-Rod. 500-yard passing game.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. But the thing is, man, and we just kind of talking about like this past week. I think it is. You can look at this game and saying, look, you keep the losing teams you should beat. Washington, we should have beat, right? But I think we played. Look, defense did a tremendous job. Okay, hats off to them. They did a good job, man. I watch this game. I always watch the game, before I get back on here. And I critique everything. They did a good job. They gave up, of course, the big play at the one. But look, they fell for the quick little screen. That's what it was. A fake screen. Hit them over the top.
Missed tackle, and then the missed tackle too.
Right, missed tackle. And then offensively, we did a good job offensively, but the ball was on the ground a little bit too much then. Same thing. It was like, settle down. Look, Patrick picked the one up. You ain't got to throw the ball. You don't have to throw it, right? Eat it, take a knee. Hey, line up. Let's hit him over the head again, right? So he ain't had to throw that ball. And I think sometimes when you get used to just doing things over and over again, right, and you just think that you just make and manifest plays any way you want to because you got the stellar arm, you can do certain things other people can't do, then that's what you constantly believe. And sometimes, like he said, man, this week he was doing a lot more check downs. I seen that he was checking down to his backs. McKinnon did a good job. We got guys that catch the ball out the backfield. We got guys can get open. We talk about the big body. I think Josh Gordon is going to come in. He's going to help out. Hadn't really did it yet, but I think he's going to work into this offense a little bit more. Now, I will say this. There was some good protection. They did a great job against Chase Young this week. They did a real good job against Chase Young. And I'm going to say it's –
and Washington's that's a good defensive line. That's a
good defensive line. Yeah, they're a good defensive line. Absolutely. They got some real boys over there. And so when I seen Remus did a good job at right tackle. He did a good job. And I watched him. I'm going to watch it specifically. I'm just like, because I know they was talking about Yang, how he was doing, how his leg and stuff like that. Look, if Remus was solid this week, maybe Yang give him another, rest this week, see what you can do, and then just build on it from there. But if you just constantly just like, look, man, let's just worry about this one game. Stop looking at and listening to all this noise out here because it's just going to be noise. It's just going to be noise. And look, we know it's playing ball. The locker room is the one that you need to worry about the most. Control what you control. All the boys in there, y'all all in there together. Y'all trying to win this thing together. Don't worry about who's saying this over podcast. Don't worry about what we saying. You know what I mean? Don't worry about none of that. Don't even get into no arguments with anybody. Just go out there, do your job, do your work. Man, and just handle your business.
But is this the turning point, though, JD?
Is this the turning point? Green Bay game would be the turning point. That I'll look at that game as being a turning point. What is it going to be? Like you said, is it going right here? Where's it going to be? But I think Green Bay is going to be the test. If you rock these next 4 out, they're going to be all right. Like I said, I think they end up 13-4, 12-5 at the worst. But I believe they can finish up 13-4 easy. I do believe that.
I thought we were going to, even before the season, I felt like we would win at least 11, 12 games, period. I just felt, you know what I mean? I didn't think we were going to lose our games early. I thought we were going to lose our games later in the season because we've been trying to rest guys. And then that's when I was thinking. Right. But now it's on the flip side because we're going to get stronger as the season goes. As long as we don't have no injuries, bro, we're going to be straight. Yeah. And something's going to happen. Something's going to give. And I think something might happen for the trade deadline. I'm just being honest with you. My spidey sense. I hope so. Something might happen. If it don't, that's on them. That means we really got everything we need to ride. That's how they feel. But I feel like there's one missing piece. And then, hopefully, like I say, if Gordon can get out there, that's going to help our offense, really, because guess what? Who you going to double? You know why Tom Brady and them are so good right now? You got Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, and Gooden. And then you got then Grunt. And you got Owens. That's 5 receivers. Then you got a running back, Fournette, and you got the other kid out the backfield. That's 7 receivers. That's why you run spread all the damn time. Who you going to cover? You can't double. That's what we're missing right now. Because as you see, we double Cleese, we double Hill. Yeah. Then we get to we panic.
Yeah.
Gordon's going to be that deep threat, somebody that can stretch the field for us. Everything, bro. I'm telling you, Gordon is that missing piece on offense to help us. We still got to find the defensive piece. And it still be out there. Whether it's that's getting somebody a veteran, all right, Knicks, there we go, baby. Whether it's somebody we get a veteran on the defensive side, out there, somebody on the couch right now waiting till after week 8 to get called up to get ready to come back and play. They getting it right now.
For sure. Come on now. Waiting. Like that by the phone, looking at it.
Waiting. You already know.
Well, I hope it works out that way. I mean, I really do.
All right, so we got our final topic. We talk about tests. We have a big test this weekend. Tennessee, obviously they're coming off the big win against Buffalo, and we're going to Tennessee this weekend. And Chiefs are currently a 5.5-point favorite at Tennessee. What are your score predictions, and who do you guys have winning this one?
I think Shaun already gave his. What'd you say, 31-24?
Yeah.
JD, what you got?
Oh, man, you know what? It's a hostile environment down there, man. They play well in Nashville. And so I think also, too, are they going to have the guys outside, AJ and Julio? Are they going to be out there? They playing this week? Y'all know?
They're both got questionable tags right now.
Questionable, you know how it goes. It's questionable. They can be playing.
Questionable means they're playing.
Yeah, playing, right? Yeah.
One of the two is playing.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get that right for my fantasy people.
Well, Brown is definitely going to play. I can see him playing. Julio's an old head. He can deserve. Well, I know he's already missed a game or two, so he might be the one to sit out, if anything.
Yeah. So I'm looking at right now. You say we're a 5-point favorite?
5.5 point. Yep.
5.5. I'm gonna go 31-24.
All right.
Yeah. See, same thing else.
So I like Vrabel as a defensive coach, and he did a good job. I won't say he did that good of a job against Buffalo, but I like the way they played against Buffalo. So I say 24-21. I don't think we get 30 points this game.
Because guess what? They got a player named Jeffrey Simmons that's like Chris Jones, and guess where he plays at?
Hey, I'm just saying he asked me for a prediction, Shaun.
No. You're right. No, I like the. I'm saying no. I'm saying I'm going what you were saying about Vrabel being a defensive coach. And you was talking about for the game to win, for us to win in the trenches, both offense and defensive. We got to win in the trenches. And Tennessee offensive line is poop putt. They got guys banged up. They're not doing good.
Oh, they got one down. What's the name?
Lewan, whatever.
Lewan went down. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. They're not good offensively. That's why you see teams getting rushes on them. Tannehill's panicking. But I'm saying Jeffrey Simmons is going to try to get after our offensive line. So you were right on your predictions that it's matter what's going on between the offensive and defensive lines for both teams. It's gonna be what happens.
So you still 31-24? JD, you?
Yeah, I'm still 31-24 because you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. We're gonna get a play on special teams this week. We ain't had one since the beginning of the opening day. So we're gonna get another special teams play, man.
I hope that's the case.
Come on, we need somebody back there returning the ball like Dante Hall used to. You know what I mean? Just
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, look, Hardman's that guy. He's got that twitch in him. You know what I'm saying? He's got that lightning speed that you need. And look.
Yep, because besides Dante, all the next guy we had was Dexter McCluskey. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. We don't have that. We need somebody back there. That's what sets up. That stops them 3 and outs that the offense be having.
That's good field position too.
Right, short field, play on it. Sure.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
If you get the ball on the 40 versus the 25, come on. All we got to do is 15, 20 more yards. We in field goal range. Let's go, baby. Got a kicker.
Yeah. Got a kicker. Yeah, Butler, that joker banged one for 52 out. Look good.
Good. You know what I mean?
He's solid. So, yeah, give him a chance. Anytime, he's going to be good.
Yeah. So this will be a good one on Sunday. And that does it for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Chief Concerns presented by BetOnline. Shaun, it was awesome having you on, man. Really loved getting what you say on Twitter on the show. Can actually hear it. I
appreciate it, man. Let me come back on again, man. I like it, man. You got.
We're gonna get you back on. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we're
gonna get you back on, and we're gonna charge you $9.99.
Man, thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir, man. Enjoy.
Appreciate it, my brother.
Man.
Y'all take it easy, fellas.